Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest installment of Learning About Wildlife. Today I'm going to share some animals with you that are very good at hiding. These are species that use camouflage and mimicry to their advantage while trying to survive in the wild. Our world is full of many colorful animals, species that are known for their beauty and bright colors. They attract a lot of attention, which is sort of the point, I suppose. Some animals use bright colors as warning signals. We use red, yellow, and orange to denote danger or caution in our own signs and markers. It's the same with wildlife. Many species of snakes, frogs, or insects show off bright warning colors so that predators won't eat them. They might be poisonous, like the aptly named poison dart frog, or maybe they sting, like a fuzzy caterpillar. In some cases, they simply have a nasty bite, like a venomous snake. There are even some species that aren't actually poisonous or venomous, but will show off bright coloration to trick other animals into thinking they're dangerous. Other creatures are simply show-offs. They're beautiful and they know it. This is especially true among birds. A lot of male birds possess colorful plumage specifically because they need to attract a mate. They'll flash their pretty colors, often while dancing, jumping, ducking, and bobbing around. But we're not here to talk about those loud, outgoing types. I want to talk about the shy critters, animals that are doing their best to stay hidden. Many species have developed interesting and unique ways to survive specifically by not being seen. But why? It usually comes down to two reasons: to eat or to avoid being eaten. A lot of predators have to be sneaky to get close enough to their prey. Big cats are accomplished hunters, but most of them need to get close to their intended target without being seen before they can pounce. Sure, being quiet and coordinated helps, but it also helps when your fur blends in with your surroundings. Take the puma, also known as the cougar or mountain lion. Down in the southern end of South America, these cats have lighter beige or gray fur that blends in well with the surrounding landscape. Do you see the cat sneaking up on this guanaco? Farther north in tropical rainforests, the pumas are actually a darker, richer brown color. It's amazing how well they blend in with the fallen brown leaves on the jungle floor. Some predators don't stalk or sneak up on prey. They have to wait for it to get close. The patterns on the backs of some venomous snakes allow them to hide in plain sight until something edible comes wandering by. Among individuals in the same species, color variations are thought to help some individuals more than others. The spirit bear is a rare type of black bear. 1 in every 10 bears in this subspecies are born with white fur. It's thought that the white-furred bears have more success catching salmon than the black-furred bears because their lighter color blends in better with the bright sky above the water, so the fish can't see them as well. Of course, there are probably even more examples of animals that need to hide so they don't become prey. Being able to blend into your surroundings gives you a greater chance of avoiding detection and getting eaten. When we talk about animals hiding in the wild like this, we're talking about camouflage, which takes several forms. The most common, perhaps, is the use of color to blend in with the environment. Many small animals hang out near plants of similar colors to avoid predators, but even hunters, like the great gray owl, can be very tough to pick out from the grayish tree trunks they often like to perch on. Patterns help certain animals blend in. Another much smaller owl, the northern pygmy owl, has spots on its feathers that look remarkably similar to the pattern on the tree branches it uses as a perch. Spots and stripes are really good for camouflage, since they help break up shapes. Big predators like leopards, jaguars, and tigers blend into tall grass or the mixed light and shadows of a forest thanks to their fur patterns. These patterns help animals hide from hunters just as effectively. Whale sharks are really big fish, but even they may need to hide from large marine predators. The spotted pattern on a whale shark's back helps it become lost in ocean waters. It's amazing how difficult it can be to track such a large animal. A zebra's coat may seem loud and bold, black and white stands out against a brownish background, but if you put a bunch of them together in a herd, the animals start to blend together. It's suddenly difficult for a predator to figure out where one animal begins and the next one ends, so it's that much harder to pick out a meal. Young mammals often sport spotted coats, which also helps them blend in. This is common in young ungulates like deer or elk, But even the pumas we mentioned are spotted at a young age. Camouflage helps protect young, vulnerable creatures. This is found in other types of animals too. The Sally Lightfoot crab is bold and beautiful as an adult, but as a vulnerable youngster its colors are muted, so it can blend in with the dark lava rocks it calls home. Some animals display forms of counter-shading, in which their body is split between light and dark tones. This usually means that the top side of the animal is dark, while the bottom half is lighter. Remember the spirit bear, which blends in with the bright sky while hunting salmon? It's the same concept. An animal such as a penguin will be lighter on its belly, so it blends in against the lighter water and sky above it, but darker on its back, so it blends in with darker, deeper water or the ocean floor below. Even huge animals, like humpback whales, often have some sort of countershading. There are some types of animals which can't help but stand out at times. They've learned how to hide the bright colors that give them away. A great example is the morpho butterfly, which flashes an amazing metallic blue color when it's flapping around, but if it lands somewhere, it becomes much more vulnerable, so the morpho immediately closes its wings. Suddenly it's much harder to spot against the brown tree trunks and forest floor. A few animals can even change colors to blend in. Some are able to do this quickly, like the octopus or the chameleon. Others change colors seasonally. Fur color turns white for some rabbits and hares in winter, and the same goes for weasels. Mostly brownish in warmer months, this small predator turns stark white in winter. That may help it hunt, but more importantly, it helps it hide from even larger predators. Of course, none of these camouflaged outfits matter if an animal can't find a suitable habitat to blend into. It's pretty remarkable how well these creatures can match their environment. Nightjars and paroquets, nocturnal bug-eating birds, will roost right on the forest floor during the day, but their camouflage is so good they're rarely spotted. This nightjar even found the perfect rooftop to blend into. Pikas are commonly found in boulder fields and rock piles. Unless they start scampering around, it's quite difficult finding these furry little critters in a mixed canvas of grays and browns. As if all these strategies aren't enough, some animals take things to even further extremes. The sandhill crane is known to paint mud onto its feathers, so as to better blend into the brownish tones found in its nesting habitat. There's an even better form of imitation going on, however, mimicry. This is something we often see in the bug world. Katydids come in various shapes and colors, but they often look like some variation of a leaf. This one has taken things one step further, flaunting a mossy appearance to go with its leaf shape. Stick insects are another mimic frequently found in the rainforest. They move pretty slowly so they don't give themselves away to predators, and they come in a variety of colors and sizes. This one was nearly a foot long. One of my favorite mimics seen recently was this swallowtail butterfly caterpillar. It just sits on a leaf and looks like bird poop. Another caterpillar is much brighter, yes, because it's poisonous, but it's got a cool adaptation not seen on most other caterpillar species. There's actually a kind of wasp that goes around laying eggs on other bugs, and without getting too graphic, this eventually kills those hosts. So this caterpillar grows little tufts of hair that imitate the look of those wasp eggs, just so the wasp will actually leave it alone. Some mimics don't pretend to be plants. Instead, they imitate other animals. The owl butterfly is mostly brown, but those big bright circles definitely stand out. That's okay, because they look like the eyes of a larger animal, say an owl, staring back at us. This is used to intimidate would-be predators. Not all animals are blessed to be born looking just like the thing they're imitating, so some species have to become really good actors to pull off their disguises. Smaller owls can be pretty amazing contortionists. They can look big and round when relaxed, and puff up even bigger if they're trying to intimidate someone. But if they've lost all their courage, they may try to look as small and skinny as possible to stay hidden. A lot of creatures go for the low-profile look. Small lizards or frogs will lay flat on a leaf or branch trying to blend in. Other birds will try to get lost in tall grass. Bitterns are herons that can be quite shy. They'll stand ramrod straight and just try to look like another stalk of grass. It's quite effective. Potus are another master of camouflage. They too will stand rigidly on branches. With grayish plumage and by keeping their eyes closed, they just start to look like an extension of the branch. It's incredible the steps animals can take to hide from predators and prey. Next time you're wandering around in nature, see if you can spot the different adaptations some of these animals have developed to blend in with their environment. Hi again, everyone. Thanks for watching another one of my educational videos. I do have to apologize. I know these are getting longer and longer. I have a feeling once we get back to more specific subjects that we'll be able to shorten things down a little bit. If you made it all the way through, nice job. You probably also noticed that this video in particular featured a lot of my macro photography work. To be honest, my macro work is not all that great, but there are a number of accomplished macro photographers who produce really outstanding photos. You should check out their work and see more examples of mimicry and camouflage from around the world. Here are some suggestions. So after you're done checking out their stuff, you can always follow my own work on my website and on social media. And as always, I'm looking for more suggestions on future topics, so you can either chime in on the comments below or send me an email. Thanks for watching.